nephews, it's Auntie Buffie here with the first episode of Crawl Before You Ball, Love, Relationships, and Money, part of the ACAST Pod Network. I am so excited to bring this podcast to you all. It's going to be so much fun. It's not going to be boring. We're not going to just be spitting out, oh, you need to set up an IRA. We're going to be talking everything that you need about love, relationships, and keeping your coins. Now, if you have a question for TT, you can text CBYB, which is Crawl Before You Ball, to 404-737-1091. Again, text CBYB to 404-737-1091. And TT might just answer your question on an upcoming pod. Don't worry, it's anonymous. So your spouse ain't gonna find out you was asking me about them doing some crazy stuff with the money. So today's episode, I am so excited. We have Miss Rita and Mr. Theodore. They are a viral couple, been married together 43 years. They went viral on social media because they keep it spicy in their marriage. And we talk all about making investments in your relationship and learning to plan for your future. So that's what we got going on for today. I hope you love the show. Now, nieces and nephews, we are about to have some spicy, very spicy discussions. But before we get into that, y'all know Auntie gonna give y'all's vegetables too, okay? So we've got to talk about something that couples rarely want to talk about. It's very important. We have to talk about preparing for the end. Preparing for when your partner may not be there with you. Preparing for if they get sick or when they inevitably pass away. And that ain't a sexy topic, but it ain't sexy to deal with that and not be prepared. So we're going to talk about it. Now, the time for you to prepare for this is when you first get married. Or if you are shacking and y'all commingling finances, then you need to talk about it. Because if I'm waiting on you, if I'm dependent upon you to pay this rent, this mortgage, this car payment, the kids' tuition, whatever, then I need to know where the money is and I need to know how we gonna cover that if there is a sudden loss. And so, number one, life insurance ain't for old folks. I know a lot of y'all are like, Auntie, ain't nobody trying to talk about no darn life insurance. Yes, we need to plan for later. And there are two types of life insurance. There is whole life and there is term life. Whole life is fantastic, but it is expensive. And y'all are my nieces and nephews, and most of y'all are much younger than TT. So I would always say to crawl with term life. You can get a lovely term life policy for $50 a month that may be a $500,000 policy that could make sure that you can, one, bury your relative when they pass away, two, take care of expenses that you need for your family, and not have you out here passing around no collection plate at the funeral. I hate to see that, y'all. I really do. Whole life is great, but I think when you get later in life and your finances are a little more together, you can look into whole life policies because whole life costs a little bit more, but whole life has a lot of value in that. You can borrow against it and you're borrowing against yourself. And we'll get into that, in insurance in more depth in future episodes, but you need to secure some type of life insurance when you are together and you commingle finances and have a life you've built together. Additionally, we got to put a will together, y'all. We got to know what you want to do and what you want to have happen. I've shared publicly the story about my Aunt Dee Dee. Y'all see her beautiful face in the background here, who died tragically giving birth to her daughter. She didn't have a will. And so we didn't know what she wanted to do. Well, we knew, but we didn't have it in writing. And so we couldn't enforce what she wanted to do. My aunt was newly married, and when you're married, the spouse gets to say what happens. And so, you need to spell out what your wishes are. You and your partner or your spouse. You need to say what happens in the event of my death. For me, I don't want somebody spending a whole bunch of money on no funeral for me. I don't. I feel like that's a waste of money. Gonna burn me up so I ain't taking up no space. Don't be paying. And listen, I got people in my family that own funeral homes and they'll be mad with me, but ain't nobody buying no big gold casket and doing all that tomfoolery with Auntie Buffie. Nope. We're not doing it. Nope. Those are not my wishes. And to make sure that some of my family members who like to spend up money, because you know how you go to if somebody die and you be at the funeral home with the funeral director and the people that ain't paying for nothing love to be talking about, oh, we need to add this and limos. Y'all could drive yourself to the funeral. We don't need all them cars. We don't need all, it's a waste of money. We're not doing that. And so if you are somebody that want a Mahalia Jackson type, whatever the name of that movie was, funeral, where you got the gold casket and you got the horse-drawn carriage and all that, then do you. But make sure you spell it out in a will. Make sure you spell out who you want to care for your children. Make sure you spell out what you want done with your things. Because I've seen what happens when a will isn't present. It's important. And you don't have to spend a whole bunch of money like hiring highfalutin attorneys. There are ways to get this done and get it and make sure that it's done right and will pass any probate and all of that. And again, in future episodes, we will go in more depth with all that. But wills are very important. Y'all got to have this conversation when you're still laughing, when you're still in love and you're still happy. So it's important to do it in the beginning, because you don't want to have this conversation later when you're having a whole bunch of disagreements, because then people are like, why you want to get a life insurance policy on me all of a sudden? Why you talking about when I'm going to die? It's important to do it in the beginning and plan. And listen, when you have a plan, just like when you budget, there's peace of mind. This is a very important thing. When I was still in practice as a tax practitioner, I would have clients whose husbands would die and the wives they lived that soft life, as some of y'all say y'all won't. They didn't know who the mortgage was with. They didn't know nothing about what the bank accounts were. They didn't know if there was a will or life insurance or nothing. And we're not doing that. We're not doing that in 2024, y'all, nieces and nephews. You need to know what bills are being paid. You need to know what's going on with the money. Even if you have a spouse who's better suited to do that every month, you still need to have access to it. Get yourself together. You can be a soft life and be taken care of and all that, but you need to still know, because what you don't want is your spouse to pass and you don't know what any of that stuff is, and the state ends up getting your money. So you need to also, and I'm going to wrap up with this, y'all, you've got to have routine check-ins with each other, because things change. You may have another child, which means you need to update your will. You may fall out with a family member that you said was going to be the executor of your estate. You and your spouse may now make a lot more money, and you might need to now have a trust instead of a will. And so my husband and I, we do every year in December, we do a review of all of our finances. We do a review of all of our assets, and we discuss if we need to make changes to our existing trust that we have in place, who our executor is. We chose our attorney because me and David, we're an interracial couple, and what we're not going to have is the white folk fighting the black folk over the coins in the end. We just ain't going to do it. Auntie keeps it real. So we're going to have the attorney be the executor of our estate. I'm not going to put anybody in my family in that uncomfortable position to have to dole out what we said we wanted and have somebody potentially challenge it. And, don't look at this like it's a chore, y'all. Make it a date night. Grab some wine. Grab you a cocktail. Get you some Hennessy, whatever. Get you a lovely meal and sit down and plan this. This is for your future. This is for your kids. This is for your peace of mind. And this is what Auntie says you better do. All right. I love y'all so much. If you have questions about anything that I've discussed, you can text me at 404-737-1091. Text CBYB and tell me what your question is, and Auntie will answer. Hey, Miss Rita and Theodore. I am so excited to have you here on the Crawl Before You Ball podcast today. Y'all, y'all famous, honey. Y'all big famous. Y'all got all the viral videos and such, and you bring the beautiful glamour and fashions as you have done today. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I know all about y'all because I'm a stan, but tell my audience a little bit about yourself.
Ooh, we've been married 43 blessed years. And loving it, loving it, loving it, really enjoying our lives, really enjoying our lives. He's 64, I'm 62. I love to be spicy. We love to do everything together as much as we can.
Yes. So y'all lied about y'all age, because ain't no way in the world. Not with that skin. No, honey. No. So you got me on social media in that y'all have been married, 43 years. And my husband and I have been together now 20 years. Y'all are such an inspiration. You just look like you love each other and love on each other. So tell me what question you could possibly have for Auntie Buffie.
Auntie Buffy, I have one for you. Now let me tell you, we're not gonna fall out of love, okay? Over this question that I'm gonna give you. But my question is, like, he always like to buy me expensive gifts, right?
Yes.
I feel personally like I have enough, okay? But he still want to do it, and I feel like he should invest it somewhere else. Now let me just throw this out here. He's a great investor. He's not crazy, right? He does excellent with our funds. He really do. But I just feel like I don't need it.
Mm.
So I'm asking you, what do you think about that? I need
So
I need some answer. I need
a
an answer.
great question. Great
Mhm.
question. First of all, your husband's love language is giving you gifts. And we must respect that, right?
True.
Right? Additionally, I love that I hear you're saying you in your and I see why y'all been together so long. I hear you saying, I don't need it, and he's great with our money. Some people will tear their spouse down. In your forging your questioning, you
Mhm.
still covering your man, and I'm here for it. And we can all learn lessons from that.
Mhm.
Now, this is what I do. My husband is similar because they have these wives. Your husband seems very he's very quiet, and he loves his wife, and he wants to shower you with everything and anything, and he wants people to see that too when you out in public, that you got a man at home that's showering you with lovely presents and gifts. Well, this is what you can do. You can write out a list of things that you want, and it can still be a surprise to you.
Mhm.
If you put on the list, some of the stuff could be, I want you to invest in some more property for us.
Mhm.
Maybe we buy some land.
Mhm.
Maybe we put some money in an IRA account if we haven't already filled it up.
Mhm.
Maybe we save for a trip. Maybe we buy me the jewelry that you want to buy me, because jewelry is an appreciating asset, Miss Rita. It makes
Yes,
money.
it is.
Good jewels grow over time. They're
Right.
they're 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 an appreciating asset. So it's not like it's a negative when he buys you something like that. And I would say, go on and complain, Miss Spoiled. Nothing wrong with that. No, it's lovely, and I love that you want to save for your future, and you feel that you don't need things, but your man is in the spirit of, I want for my wife to have these things. Doesn't have to be a need. It's a want. I want her to have it,
Right.
and
Now,
we have to
Auntie
respect
Buffy,
that.
let me just
Yes.
say this. I don't need a a a, a 14, $1,700 handbag, because I like my Kurt guys and I like my Brian's. Okay, so that's what I be telling my man. I don't need that. My diamonds, is this not enough? Okay, okay.
I mean, you blinded me. You blinded me.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like when I get all of that, you know, I I I, I appreciate it. I
Yes.
do. But I break down crying because I feel like, no, we can just, sometimes I be like, just give it to our daughter.
How
I
how
really
does
do
it
feel like that. You
Right. How
know,
does it make you feel, Mr. Theodore, to shine, give your wife, give her all these beautiful gifts? And how does it make you feel when she says, I don't need these items?
Well, I feel she's my wife, and I feel she deserved that. It's like I'm happy she found the man of her dream, and it's like a dream for both of us, because
Mm-hmm.
like we fit each other,
yeah, we do.
and it's like she living a dream. A lot of things she prayed for, it's like coming to pass, and I'm just so happy for her. When she's happy, I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
Now you see, I love that. I love that.
Right. And so he wants this dream and this fairy tale to continue. And
Mm.
if you're in a financial position where ain't nothing about to get cut off, if your man wants to shower you in gifts, sometimes we need to be in the spirit of receipt
Yeah, we do. We do.
and gratitude. But also, Mr. Theo, you need to hear your wife in that, I don't need no more bags. Let's come up with something else, right? If you want to shower me with gifts, maybe we'll have a discussion about it, and we'll come up with a list, like I said before. And it can still be
Right,
a surprise to her, because it'll be something from that list. She won't know what is from the list. Like with
Mm.
right,
me,
right.
my husband would buy me bad jewelry. I'm spoiled too. And I ain't like it. So what happened was we went to the jeweler and I said, these are the things I like. So he can choose from the things that I said I like. And so it's a surprise because I don't know which one of the things I pre-selected he's going to give me. So I don't get some jewelry that I don't care for, right? Planning is essential, right?
Yes.
And then you still allow your husband to show you the love that he knows you deserve.
And I never wanted to hurt his feelings. Right. That's why I wanted to do that here. And I wanted you, since you're a professional, and because I know you are, you've been married 20 years, you got this. Yes, so that's why I wanted you to, inspire us on it and give us that, that knowledge on that, that feedback on that. Because I really wanted to know. At first, I thought something was wrong with me. Literally, I thought something was wrong with me because I'm like, are you unappreciative? But no, never. You gave me the best. Don't you think that was the best answer? Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
Thank you, Miss Rita. And thank you, Mr. Theo. So I've been married 20 years, but y'all been 43 years and still all booed up all on this screen. I can see you touching your booty. I know I ain't crazy. Right. And I'm picking up your accent. Anytime I'm around y'all people, I pick it up, baby. So, I need you to break down this role playing to me so I can keep it spicy, honey. Miss, let me get my notes, where my pen at. Break this. I done seen these videos and I need a step-by-step tutorial and I need your opinion on it too, Mr. Theo. Y'all tell me about this role play and how you keep it spicy.
Well, Bad Girl Marie 504 been like this since day one. Right. Age 19 when I got married, right? Notice I say when I got married, dude. I wasn't giving up nothing till I got married.
Oh,
right?
let's pause. Let's restate that for the children and then hear that.
Yeah, I mean, because I wasn't going to give all that, and then he don't marry me.
Yes, ma'am.
So guess what? When I got married, that's when I came out like that. And I mean, when I came out, I had this silk powder blue robe on. He didn't know what was going on. He didn't know. Because let me tell you, men sometimes just have sex.
Right.
Sometimes they don't make love. But baby, guess what? Bad Girl Marie bought it up out of it. We gonna make love. Look, and I was like, I ain't talking about no 20 minutes love.
Right.
The 20 minutes, that means massage and stuff.
Right.
See, all this goes in the role playing. You see
right.
what I'm saying? Because look, I take time and do that. So when I came in the room and I had the buttons, he didn't know what was going on.
You had it all buttoned up. Wait a minute. You had it all the way buttoned up.
Because see, that was the trick. But I had nothing on under there.
Okay.
The trick was, let me see if he's going to get the answer to this question about to happen in this bedroom.
Oh.
So guess what? When he saw me come in there, because, at first, I was like, should I just put the panties on or should I just come in there? Because I love silk and I love those silk robes. Mm-hmm. So I said, you know what? I'm going to come in there with the button up because I want to see if he's going to button it down.
Yes, ma'am.
And see, back then, I was in a petite, but my butt still was fine.
Oh!
And see, he loved butt. So I'll start from the back first, right? When I'm coming on in there. And then all of a sudden, I don't know what comes over me when I be role playing, but let me tell you, I just turn into this people. I don't even know myself. I'm serious. I was turning in. Before you know it, I said, "Ooh, I'm gonna try this again." So I just kept, doing this, and inspiring myself. Because when I wear lingerie, I just feel so sexy.
Yes.
I don't know. It just does a lot for me. And another thing is having my butt out.
Oh!
Yeah.
Let it breathe. It need to breathe. And it's good. And so it need to be out.
That part right
so he can see it. Plus, he like it.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Girl, you so fine. You so sexy.
NR. You said a whole sermon, and I don't know that you think you said it. You said, I like to inspire myself. You said, I like to inspire myself. I like to make myself feel sexy because then my man is going to get more out of the experience. So putting in that time to put on that silk robe and buttoning it all the way up with the butt out,
Yes.
Coming in, turning around, showing it,
Yes.
slowly unbutton or allowing him to unbutton it
Yeah.
helps with anticipation. Children,
Yes.
take your notes. And y'all better take this 43 years in marriage right here. And they booed up on here. You said a whole sermon with that. Inspire myself, turn myself on.
Yeah,
Tell me
you
about
gotta
some of the
do it.
different characters you have played.
You know what? Now I love being Catwoman. Oh my God, I love her because see, she come in that slide
Oh,
because she know about to happen, and she come in that scratching. You know what I'm saying? Just come in that scratching, like making these sounds, meow. And see, my man quiet, but he be taking it all in.
and do.
He just be laying back, and stuff. And look, we have a show in there, and if my chandelier can talk.
And she said chandelier, honey. She didn't say light fish or ceiling fan. She
No,
said chandelier.
chandelier. Look, I told him, I said, babe, I want a chandelier in the
And
bedroom.
do. And do.
And
It
he had
adds
got
to
me,
it.
oh, he had got me a bad one installed in there. But
Ooh.
what he didn't know, I was gonna be hanging from there.
Okay. Now you Now, Mr. Theo, now you all quiet in here, but I see with this
Oh, he
cat
not
woman
nice.
of a wife, you ain't quiet. Who you trying to fool? Tell me a little bit about. Has she always been like this? Has Miss Rita always been like this?
Well, she always been like that. What you see is what you get. It's nothing made up. It's all organic. It's all real. And what you see is what you get. And this would have kept us married.
Yeah.
A part of what kept us married for so long. Because she always keep it spicy.
Yes.
Always finding ways to elevate, our relationship and our marriage. And that's very important. And I'm just so excited about it. I mean, I think a marriage should be more, you should steady be more, the fire should steady be more burning.
Mm.
It should be more burning. When that fire quit burning, unless something wrong with you, unless you're sick or something, that's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not sick, that fire should be burning.
That's right.
It should be burning.
What advice do you have for husbands out there or partners to keep that fire burning? What would you say?
Well, I think one of the things I would do, I would bring her to the lingerie store a lot of time. Um, I would bring her there, not just to any lingerie store, not like to Walmart.
Oh,
I mean, you got to start where you at. But
right.
with me, we have a budget. I feel like this here. If it's gonna cost me $100 for a pair of panties, that means nothing if it's gonna enhance our relationship.
Oh, say that again, please. We got a
know what
budget.
I mean?
If it's gonna cost me $100 for a pair of panties,
so,
if it's nothing.
She didn't agree with it. I said, baby,
Baby.
don't worry about it. If this what it's gonna take to bring us to the next level, we got to invest in our marriage. It's like an investment. You got to invest in it. It's like you got to make a deposit. When the last time you made a deposit in your marriage?
You better speak my language, investment and deposit in your relationship and in your marriage.
To start making deposits.
Correct.
Quit, you want your wife to look a certain way. Okay, bring her there and let her go get it. And I feel that's part of the man's job, don't leave it all up to her. I mean, you might say, well, I want you to look like this. Well, just bring her to go get it.
Period. Period. Sound advice. Advice. I love it. I love y'all. I when the course coming out, when the e-course, when the class, so I can sign up and send it to all my friends complaining about their marriages. I have another question for y'all.
Okay.
I am a woman of almost 47 years.
Wow.
And I'm out. Yeah. I'm a woman of almost 47 years. And I am experiencing perimenopause. And I'm noticing some differences in my libido. What advice would you have for me? And Mr. Theo, how was that going through menopause and perimenopause in y'all's marriage?
CMOS gel.
Oh,
I kid you not. We both take CMOS gel. We are Duracell batteries. Yeah. See, most people say, "Oh, I had a complete hysterectomy." Let me say that, complete. Those were my bad days. I'm telling you, they weren't good. So, I got on some CMOS gel. You know, what I've been on it like 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm telling you, it keeps me hydrated. It keeps me energized, and I'm 62.
Yes.
And guess what? It's good for the vagina. I take a
Okay.
bath in it. I
Oh.
bathe in it. Yes, I do. And like I put it on my stomach. He can eat it off my stomach. You see,
Yes,
you gotta do
ma'am.
what you gotta
Yes.
do.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
gotta do what you
Get
gotta
it
do
in.
because you have to do what you have to do. And you know what? When I was going through my time, see, he talking about the lingerie. And although I was sick and couldn't perform like I can do now, he would put my lingerie on me. And the body language is everything. The touching. I mean, you still can get finger wave while you're laying down sick. Yeah, you still have the finger wave going on. Yeah, uh-huh. Yep. And you can still have your breast caressed and also bitten up at the same time. See,
Caress and bitten up at the same time. When the book
yes,
coming? When the book
because
coming?
I mean, although I couldn't use my little girl part, he
Yes.
still was able to use his grown man part, right?
Oh.
Yes. But he know he couldn't, put it in there because I had surgery and stuff.
Right.
But guess
Right.
what? We found ways
Around it.
because he know that I love, love, love lingerie, you know. And he would always buy me the sexiest paintings, and he would put them by the bed, put them on the bed and stuff. And I said, put them on me. And guess what? We made it work.
And I see.
We made it work.
So the business mind of me is saying, when y'all coming out with y'all CMOS gel line, when y'all coming out with y'all panties and lingerie line and the book, and we ready for it because it needs to come.
Okay, the sea moss gel is by
Now,
at Mom's
I
Healthy
want
Eat.
you to have your own CMOS gel. I'm gonna need.
She
We're gonna
makes it
talk.
for us.
Oh, well, that's lovely. Okay. Maybe y'all need to do a partnership. We're gonna talk offline.
Yeah,
This the
my daughter,
business
my
head.
daughter makes it for us.
Oh, it's
She
your
makes it
daughter.
for us.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Okay, cool. Oh, nice.
uh-huh.
So I
Because
can order it from her.
that's my daughter's business.
Oh, so I can
So
order it
she
from your
makes it
daughter.
for us. And that keeps us. My lingerie, I tell everybody for real. Kitty Wiggle collection. You got to have a pair of snatchers.
What's a snatcher?
Girl, you got to have a pair.
Oh, I love a
And
type A
let me,
prepared person for.
and let me tell you,
Wait, put
what
them
I
back
love
up. Put
about
them
it,
back up. Let me see the snatcher.
girl, the snatchers will snatch your body up. Look, just look at them.
But ain't much. It's most of it out though, Miss Rita.
That's what you want. And
Oh,
then look at
okay.
this. Look,
Oh, it's the
easy
quick
access.
access. Quick
Easy
access.
access.
Quick access for his big man parts.
Exactly.
Okay.
And let me tell you, that's why I put this in my ebook. I put a part in there because I
Yes,
was sick.
ma'am.
And the reason why I put it in there, Love Can't Wait,
Love can't
book,
wait.
bookbaby.com. I put that in there because I want women to know, although you're having a rough season, but you still can do something for yourself to make yourself still feel sexy.
Right.
And that's exactly why I put that in my book.
So now where can we buy your book? Where can we find y'all on social media? Like where can we find this ebook? Where can we find your daughter? CMOS jail. Let's get it in because we need all the tips.
Okay, you can find I'm gonna talk about that CMOS first. You can find the CMOS at Mom's Healthy Eats. Mom's Healthy Eats. You can find our book at bookbaby.com. Love Can't Wait. And also you can find the lingerie at Kitty Wiggle Collection.
Ooh.
You're not gonna go wrong. You get these 3 steps, you're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. Because let me say this. A lot of women say, well, I gained weight. Well, I got some big snatches for you. A lot of women say, well, I got those silk rolls. Let that man take that string off. Give that man a surprise. You know what I'm saying? And look, you won't be dull. You don't want a dull marriage.
No.
No,
You
no,
don't want your man have to twirl around,
no,
okay?
Mm-hmm.
no.
And regardless of what you're going through, I still keep it spicy. I still
Right,
suffer with endometriosis, but I still keep it very spicy.
right.
I go in my bathroom, that's like it's just beautiful. I go in there and I keep to allow some lingerie in there. So I said, let me see if I'm wearing one tonight. Then I
Oh,
wash my butt. I wear my own brand Kitty Wiggle collection because guess what? I want easy access.
yes.
I don't have time to play. I'm 62, all right?
We got to get to it. We got to get to it. It's
And
time to
this
get
man
to
been
it.
working. Look, he's 64. Sometimes it's like you just want to whoop, you know. But I'm ready. I'm ready because when I come in there, he don't know what. He never know what I'm gonna do. He never know how I'm coming. It's always suspense.
Right,
Because you
right,
have to keep it like that.
right.
And one of my friends had the audacity to say, "Girl, I guess that's why he buy you jewelry." And I was like, "Girl, I guess that's why you don't have none."
Oh,
You gotta do what you gotta do because
Right,
it depends on what you want in your marriage.
right.
People tell me things like, "You 62, you got gray hair." That's my
your
heritage.
hair is
I do
gorgeous.
have gray
Your
hair.
hair is
Right.
gorgeous. It's stunning,
Right.
honey.
Thank you.
Flawless hair.
Because
And I know he like to
thank
play in it
you.
from y'all videos. I done seen
Oh
it.
yeah, all the time. That's why he have to always bring me to the stylist because he always,
Oh,
you
I
know.
heard him. He said I could mess it up because I'll carry you back to the stylist to get it fixed. And so if I ever heard, that's correct. You can mess it up when
And
you
I
get it
love
fixed.
it, and I never let people define who I am. And you're not going to come in this marriage. That's not going to happen.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
That's
ma'am.
not going to happen. So I'm just loving life even
Good.
more
Right,
because we're
right.
empty nesters because we have 3 grown adult children and
Right.
5 beautiful, wonderful grandchildren.
What a
So we're
blessing.
just enjoying our lives.
Yes, yes,
Right,
yes.
right,
We paid our dues.
And
right,
did.
right.
So, I'm enjoying life.
I want you, I really appreciate y'all. This has been so fun. Y'all, and I'm gonna connect with y'all later because I I had to keep taking my notes. But can you repeat for me one more time the 3 steps, the 3 companies, where we find y'all and all that? Just one more time, repeat all that because we need to make sure that we do
Okay.
our homework post this pod today on keeping it spicy so we can be married 43 plus years as well and have good, clear skin like the two of y'all and beautiful hair.
Okay, Mom's Healthy Eat. Mom's _healthy _eat.
For the
That's for the CMOS gel.
yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
That's my daughter's business.
So we gonna
And
support
we
the
are,
baby.
she make it from scratch. She the one who made it. Oh, so happy. I'm so grateful. And we also have, look, the Kitty Wiggle collection. Get you some snatches. Get you something from the Kitty Wiggle collection so you can have the kitty wiggling. All
Mm.
right? kittywigglecollection.com. Also, the ebook, Love Can't Wait. Baby book.
Babybook.com.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the man. All right.
I'm sorry. It's a book, baby. I'm thinking about a baby. See what I'm saying? I'm thinking about a baby. I'm serious. Just that fast. Bookbaby.com.
And what's the
But
name of
it's
the book again?
ebook.
One more time.
Love Can't Wait. And it can't.
All right. Now I got now. Where do we find y'all on social media?
Ooh, girl. On Instagram, Bad Girl Riri 504.
Bad girl Riri.
YouTube, across the border, Bad Girl Riri 504.
Okay. One last question.
Facebook,
Oh, go ahead.
Facebook is Rita Smith.
Facebook is Rita Smith. Thank you so much. One last question. How many times a week y'all getting it in?
Well, you know what? When you count it all up, if you take 3 days out the week and you count it all up, you're having 5.
Okay. Okay. We got some work to do. We got some work to do in my house. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have been such a pleasure. I have learned so much, and I'm about to order my sea moss and my kitty wiggle because I need my kitty wiggling too.
You're welcome.
And my snatchers. I used to be a 240 pounds, so you had big snatchers for me. Now I'm a little 138, so I can get my petite snatchers to get my kitty wiggling.
I got it.
All right. Later in the show, we'll have a segment where you guys get to ask me questions. So if you have a specific question for Auntie, text me CBYB at 404-737-1091, and Auntie may answer your question during one of our shows. Don't you out for me, Cole.
Dear Auntie Buffie, first of all, I just bought your book and I can't wait to crawl before I bawl because, child, I'm currently separated from my husband and going to need to get my finances all the way together. He doesn't know that I want a divorce yet, but I plan to have this conversation with him very soon. He's out here in these streets, still married to me, taking other women on dates, trying to shut down our joint Airbnb account, and trying to force the sale of our investment home. That's just the surface of it all. But I'm writing you to get the advice on what I should do with my engagement ring. He is also demanding that I return that to him, and I almost did because, child, he lied about the cost of the ring, saying that he paid $27,000 for it, but when I left the marital home, I found the paperwork and it says he only spent $9,000. Now, I don't care if he spent $5 on a ring, so long as we are working together to build and grow our family and finances in love. He is just a liar and I can't deal. So I was thinking of either paying off some of my credit card debt, use this to start a down payment on the new home I will buy and move into after the divorce is final, or I was thinking of putting the money from the ring into a bank account for the investment property to use on a rainy day. Literally because the property is located by the ocean and that weather don't play with nobody. Anyways, Auntie Buffie, what do you think I should do? Not about this crazy ass man because he is about to be gone, but about this ring.
So, darling, first of all, thank you for your question. Thank you for opening up and sharing your life with me and with us. The ring is yours. He got you all the way. Child, bye. The ring is yours. He can't ask you for no damn ring back. No, niece. No, ma'am. No, the ring is yours. And how dare he lie about that damn ring cost? Okay. You keep the ring. Ain't no court in America about to tell you got to get back your marital ring. That's crazy, especially not when he out in these streets acting a fool and y'all separated and ain't divorced yet. I'm curious about this rental property and him trying to force the sale. And so I would say I would not want you to put money in that rental property, that investment properties account, because then if you sell it and you put it in that account and it's a joint asset, then he could get half of that value. I would rather you keep it as a ring. Keep it as a ring until that divorce is good and over with. And then TT would recommend you selling it after that. And then you put it into an appreciating asset. Like you said, if you want to have it for a down payment on a new home, that's fine. Although Auntie will tell you this, according to if this certain political party gets in office and they have control over certain areas of the government, we may have a new home buying program with no down payments required. So you may be able to put that money up in an investment instead of having to put it as a down payment on a house. But you know, Auntie is all about home ownership and buying land and owning the land beneath your feet and property being an appreciating asset. And so I'd be perfectly fine with you taking the money from that ring and putting it in your property, or that you buy that you're going to live in after this debacle of a horrific man situation. I'm fine with that. Or you could put it in an IRA and forget about it. And in 40 or 30 years or 20 years, you can, live off the money. So, I'm proud that you are looking to your future. I'm proud that the doors are already shut on this man and we're not spending no time talking about him, and that you are being smart about your money. Make sure that you have a good lawyer in place so that he cannot mess up this investment property that's on the water. Because properties on the water are few and far between. They ain't making no more land, and they definitely ain't making no more land near the water. So you make sure you get that. If any money you spend, get you a good lawyer, a pit bull, to make sure that you keep your interest in that property. And thank you, darling, for your question. And you're going to be fine. It's way more fish in the sea.
Okay, Auntie Buffie, this next question is from the Crawl Before You Ball community. So they text you a question that says, should a blended family have a trust or a will?
Ooh! Thank you for your question. It's messy as hell, but thank you for your question. So, should a blended family have a trust or a will? I have so many questions, but I can't ask them right now. So I'm just going to go through the various scenarios. Are you saying, would you rather have a will than a trust because it's a blended family and he got kids or she has kids from somebody else, and you think there's some difference between how you divide assets within a trust and with a will, maybe? I think there's some messiness underlying behind it that I need to ferret out. But I will tell you this: a will is used typically when you are not at the stage in your life where you are trying to protect assets that exceed, certain amounts of money. Because to set up a trust, it's going to cost you about minimum $5,000. So I would say if you're in the crawling phase of your financial planning and your legacy planning and your estate planning, that you crawl with a will, because it's less expensive to get set up. And I'd rather you have something than nothing in place. In terms of being a blended family, you spell out what you want within a will and a trust. And so, you can say my kids specifically get X, Y, and Z, and my stepchildren specifically get X, Y, and Z as well. Hopefully it's similar, but hey, the world is the world, and, we keep it real. You may not have a relationship with those kids. They may not live within your home, and your wishes are your wishes. When you get to the trust phase, like I said, it's usually when you want to protect assets that exceed a certain amount of money because you're going to put forth a certain amount of money in establishing a trust. And so, like for us, when our assets exceeded $500,000, David and I were like, we need to set up a trust. And so when you set up a trust, you no longer own those assets. The trust owns those assets. So like our home is owned by our trust, not us. Our properties are owned by our trust, not by us. Our businesses are owned by the trust, not by us. All of our bank accounts, including our brokerage accounts, are owned by our trust, not by us. And what that means is certain type of tax returns are done in the trust name. If something were to happen, like if there's a homeowner's insurance policy and it's in the trust name, you are no longer the beneficiary. You can be a co-beneficiary, but the trust is what owns everything. And so you've got to be at a certain financial level before you get into a trust, because you got to pay attorneys and lawyers and attorneys and accountants and people who specialize in dealing with all of that. So I would say crawling, you start with a will. Balling, you get with a trust. Both of them will protect you in a blended family. So that's Auntie's advice. If you have other questions, hit me up with the Crawl Before You Ball text line at 404-737-1091. Let me tell y'all where y'all got Auntie all the way messed up. Playing around with marital assets. That's not what we're going to do. We're not playing around with marital assets. And what marital assets are, when you get married, you are joint legally. Under the eyes of the law and the government, everything is owned by the both of y'all. Unless you do what Auntie said and set up a prenuptial agreement before. But most of y'all don't listen and don't have that in place or posting up. So everything is split equally. So what we're not going to do, and I've seen this a lot in y'all DMing me and y'all going on my, sending me text messages and telling me about the stuff that's going on in y'all marriages, is we are not going to be taking marital assets and loaning them out to your friends and family without your spouse knowing. Nope, we ain't doing that. We're not doing it. We're not taking marital assets like getting a loan against your 401k or cashing it in, which is worse because you then create a taxable event and got to pay taxes on that money next year. And on top of that, the taxes on that, you add that money into your income. So you got to pay even more taxes. You get penalized twice for doing tomfoolery like that because you want to invest in some business that you didn't discuss with your spouse. When you are married, it's joint. Don't take out another credit card and not tell your spouse about it. Who does that? Some of y'all out here, children. You can't do that. That's marriage infidelity. That's marital infidelity. That's playing with your marital assets. And that ticks Auntie off because I've seen it in my practice when I was still practicing as a tax accountant. Y'all would come in during tax season and all these 1099s would show up and people would be like, I didn't, what's this 1099R? I didn't cash in this. I didn't steal this stock. What did you use the money for? And then a fight ensues. And ain't nobody got time to be in no darn tax appointment with a couple fighting because y'all don't have communication about your money. Know that if you get married, it's joint. If you don't want to be married, stay roommates. Stay shacking. Keep your money separate. But the minute that you go down to City Hall or go spend crazy amount of money on a dirt wedding and you sign them legal papers that say you are husband and wife or husband and husband or wife and wife or they and they, that money is both of yours. And there is not to be any spending of it without a discussion betwixt the two of you. Okay? Don't get me messed up no more about serious, stupid stuff. Like I've heard people saying, oh, I just decided to go buy me a new car and then discuss it with my spouse. Who does that? And you think you're not going to get no dirt smoke from your partner? You can't go out and go, I make more money. No, you don't make more money. Y'all make money together. Oh, well, he doesn't contribute equally in the bills. Well, because I make more money. No. The whole pot is both of y'all's money. It ain't you make 150, he make 50. Y'all make $200,000 together. That's marriage. If you want to stay separate, baby, then don't get married. Okay? I love y'all so much. Don't get auntie messed up no more. You're going to get the business like you just did. All right, nieces and nephews, this is Auntie's assignment. First of all, I know it's uncomfortable, but you got to have the unsexy, disturbing, morbid discussion about estate planning and figure out what your wishes are, you and your partner. Get that will set up if you're in the crawling phase. If you're in the balling phase, go on and call you a trust attorney. And have that discussion, and then you'll have peace of mind. I also want you to keep that kitty wiggling and going to get you a pair of big or small or medium snatchers from Kitty Wiggles, honey, because we got to keep the marriage spicy, as Miss Rita and Mr. Theo said. And you need your financial Bible. Crawl before you ball. If you don't own a copy of Auntie book, shame on you. Get Auntie's book everywhere that books are sold, and you can refer to it for everything. We talk about Auntie shares stories about how she was acting a fool when she was younger, and it's without judgment. I tell you, there's some of the crazy stuff I did in this book. There are worksheets included. It's your go-to Bible for finance. It's not some boring book. I cuss, I cut up. It's amazing. It's so funny. And, if you like this episode, please like, subscribe, and share it with a friend, and download this podcast wherever podcasts are available. And if you have questions for TT that you would like me to answer, text me at CBYB 404-737-1091. I love y'all, and I'll see you next week, babies. Smooches.